I'm Biju, Mathematics Faculty, Excel Education Center, Doha, Qatar. Today we'll discuss some important questions from the chapter Quadratic Equations. If the equation 1 plus m square of x square plus 2mcx plus c square minus a square equal to 0 has equal roots, show that c square equals a square into 1 plus m square. So what is the condition given in this question? They have given that this equation has equal root. So what is the condition for a quadratic equation to have equal root? The condition is for equal roots the discriminant must be 0, right? What is discriminant? B square minus 4ac must be equal to 0. So what is this B, A and C? B square, B is the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x? It is 2mc. That is 2mc square minus 4 into A is the coefficient of x square. What is the coefficient of x square? 1 plus m square into c. What is c? C is the constant term, right? That is c square minus a square equal to 0. So now we have to simplify this one. So this is 2 square is 4 m square c square minus 4 into, so we will open this bracket, 1 into c square is c square minus a square plus m square c square minus m square a square equal to 0. So this term has 4, this term also has 4, and the right hand side is 0, so you can divide throughout by 4. So if you divide throughout by 4, what you get is this. So that you can see this 4 and 4 will get cancelled, 4 and 4 will get cancelled, and 0 by 4 will become 0. So what remains now is m square c square. So we'll open the bracket. So when you open the bracket, what you get is minus c square, minus into minus is plus a square, minus m square c square, minus into minus is plus m square a square equal to 0. So here you can see plus m square c square minus m square c square becomes 0. So what remains is negative c square equal to, so we will transpose these two terms. So what you get is this positive a square, if you transpose it become negative a square. This positive m square a square, if you transpose it become negative m square a square. So we have transposed these two terms. So we got this positive a square become negative a square. This positive m square a square becomes negative m square a square. So you can see all the terms has negative. So we'll divide throughout by negative, or we'll multiply throughout by negative, so that negative will become positive, negative will become positive, negative will become positive. So what remains is a c square equals a square plus m square a square, that is c square equal to, here you can see a square is common, so if you take a square outside, what remains is 1 plus m square. This is what we have to get, right? C square equal to a square into 1 plus m square. Is it clear? Now the next question. If the roots of this equation a minus b x square plus b minus c of x plus c minus a equal to 0 are equal, prove that 2a equals b plus c. So what is the condition given in this question? It is given that the roots of this quadratic equation are equal. And what is the condition for equal roots? The condition for equal roots is b square minus 4ac equal to 0, right? So for equal roots, the discriminant, what is discriminant? B square minus 4ac must be equal to 0. So let us see what is this b square minus 4ac. B is the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x is b minus c. So you will get b minus c the whole square minus 4 into, what is a? A is the coefficient of x square, which is a minus b into c. What is c? C is the constant term, that is c minus a equal to 0. Now we will simplify this expression. So this is a minus b whole square, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square minus 4 into, here when you open the bracket, a into c is ac, a into a is a square minus bc plus ab equal to 0. That is b square minus 2bc plus c square. All these terms we have to multiply by 4. So it will be negative 4ac positive 4a square plus 4bc negative 4ab equal to 0. So this you can simplify. So we'll write the a square terms first, which is 4a square, then b square terms plus b square, then c square term plus c square, then next ab term, that is negative 4ab, then bc term. Here you can see there are two bc terms, negative 2bc plus 4bc, which will give you plus 2bc. And the last term what remains is negative 4ac equal to 0. So this you can see, this is one of the identity, right? What is that identity? That identity is 2a b c the whole square equal to 0. What sign comes in between? In order to identify what sign comes in between, we have to check the negative terms here. The negative terms are negative 4ab and negative 4ac. So we have to identify what is common in these two. Here you can see a is common, right? If a is common, then that means this a term will be negative, all other terms will be positive. So this a term is negative, all other terms are positive. Now, in order to simplify this, we will take the root on both sides. So if you take the root, you will get like this, root of equal to root of 0. So that root and square will get cancelled. Here what remains is negative 2a plus b plus c equal to root of 0 is 0. So we'll transpose this b and c to the other side. So you'll get negative 2a equal to negative b negative c. So in order to remove this negative, we'll multiply throughout by negative, so that what you get is 2a equals b plus c. See, this is what we have to get in the question, right? Is it clear? Any doubt? Solve 1 by a plus b plus x equals 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by x, where a plus b is not equal to 0. So let us see how to solve this one. So in order to solve this, first we will transpose this 1 by x, so that what you get is 1 by a plus b plus x. So if you bring this plus 1 by x to the left hand side, it will become minus 1 by x equals 1 by a plus 1 by b. Now here you can see these two are two fractions with different denominators. So in order to solve it, we will just cross multiply. So once we cross multiply, what you get is 1 into x is x minus 1 into a plus b plus x is a plus b plus x by x into a plus b plus x equals, here also you can see these two are two fractions with a different denominator. So again we will cross multiply. 1 into a is a plus 1 into b is b by a into b. Now if you open the bracket, what you get is x minus a minus b minus x by, here if we open the bracket, ax plus bx plus x square equals a plus b by ab. Now here you can see x minus x becomes 0. What remains in the numerator is negative a, negative b, which can be written as negative a plus b by, this can be written as x square plus ax plus bx, just we have flipped the terms, bx equals a plus b by ab. Now you can see both the numerators have a plus b, so you can cancel this a plus b in a plus b one time, a plus b in a plus b one time, so that what remains is negative 1 by x square plus ax plus bx equals 1 by ab. Now you can see again we have to cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, what you get is 1 into x square plus ax plus bx, 1 into x square plus ax plus bx equals negative 1 into ab, that is negative ab, that is x square plus ax plus bx. So if you bring this negative ab, it will become plus ab equal to 0. So in order to solve this one, we will find out what is common in the first two. What is common in these two? You can see x is common. So if you take x outside, what remains here, it is x plus, from here if you take x outside, what remains is a plus, what is common in these two? You can see b is common. So if you take b outside, what remains is x plus a equal to 0. Again you can see x plus a is common in these two. So if you take that x plus a outside, what remains is x plus a into, so from here if you take out x plus a, what remains is x plus, from here if you take out x plus a, what remains is b equal to 0. So here is a product, x plus a into x plus b equal to 0. A product will become equal to 0 only if one among them is 0. So this implies either x plus a equal to 0 or x plus b equal to 0, which gives x is equal to minus a or x is equal to minus b. So we got the two values for x. The first value is x is equal to negative a and the second value is x is equal to negative b. Okay, now we can move on to the next question, that is find the value of k for which the equation x square plus k into 2x plus k minus 1 plus 2 equal to 0 has real and equal roots. So we know the condition for real and equal roots. What is the condition? The condition is the discriminant must be equal to 0, right? And what is discriminant? B square minus 4ac must be equal to 0. So when we check this equation, you can see that this quadratic equation is not in standard form. So first we have to write this in standard form. Standard form is first there must be x square term, then next x term, then constant term equal to 0, right? So this first we write in standard form. So the first term is x square plus, here we will open the bracket. So once if you open the bracket, this will become 2kx plus, so these two when you multiply it will become k into k minus 1 plus 2 equal to 0. Now you can see this is the standard form, x square term, x term, constant term equal to 0. Now what is the condition for real and equal roots? The condition for real and equal roots is for real and equal roots b square minus 4ac must be equal to 0. So what is b here? B is the coefficient of x, right? What is the coefficient of x? That is 2k the whole square, b square minus 4 into A is the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square here it is 1 into C. What is C? K into k minus 1 plus 2 equal to 0. So this is 4k square. Here once if you open the bracket, 4 into 1 is 4, 4 into 1 is 4, 4 into k is 4k, 4k into k is 4k square. Again, negative into negative is positive, 4 into 1 is 4, 4 into k is 4k, 4k into 1 is 4k, plus 2 equal to 0. Here 4k minus 4k becomes 0. So what remains is 4k plus 2 equal to 0. 4k equals negative 2. So k will be negative 2 by 4. And what is negative 2 by 4? That is negative 1 by 2. So we got the value of k. The value of k is negative 1 by 2. Okay, next question. Find the value of p for which the roots of the quadratic equation px square minus 14x plus 8 equal to 0 is 6 times the other. So this question says that one root of this quadratic equation is 6 times the other. How many roots a quadratic equation will have? A quadratic equation will have 2 roots, right? Which are the 2 roots? The 2 roots we used to take as alpha and beta. But in this particular question they says that one root is 6 times the other. That means if one root is alpha, then the other root will be 6 alpha, because the question says that one root is 6 times the other. And if you know the 2 roots of a quadratic equation, what you can find out is alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. And what is alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is negative b by a, right? Negative b. What is b? B is the coefficient of x, which is negative 14 by a. A is the coefficient of x square, that is p. Alpha plus 6 alpha is 7 alpha equals negative into negative is positive by p. So if you transpose this 7, you will get alpha equal to 14 by 7p. So you can cancel 7 and 14, it will become 2. So that what you get is alpha equal to 2 by p. So we found alpha plus beta. Now what do we have to find? Alpha into beta. And alpha into beta will be equal to c by a. C by a, that is 8 by p. Alpha into 6 alpha is 6 alpha square equals 8 by p, that is 6 into, we got the value of alpha. Alpha is 2 by p, so this will become 2 by p square equals 8 by p. So this is 6 into 2 square is 4 by p square equals 8 by p. So you can cancel one p. So p in p square, p times. So what you get is 24 by p equals 8. Or if you cross multiply, what you get is 8p equal to 24. 8p equal to 24. Or p will be equal to 24 by 8. That is p equal to 3. So we got the value of p as 3. Okay, now we can move on to the next question. The roots alpha and beta of the quadratic equation x square minus 5x plus 3 into k minus 1 equal to 0 are such that alpha minus beta equal to 1. Find the value of k. So here the quadratic equation given is x square minus 5x plus 3 into k minus 1 equal to 0. So if a quadratic equation, from that equation what you can find is alpha plus beta. And what is alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is minus b by a. That is alpha plus beta is What is b? B is the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is -5 by a. A is the coefficient of x square, which is 1. That is alpha plus beta equals negative into negative is positive. That is 5. So we got one equation, alpha plus beta equal to 5. And here they have given in the question alpha minus beta equal to 1. That will write as equation number 2. So these two are a pair of linear equations in two variables. So either by using elimination or substitution, you can solve these two. So here you can see elimination is easier because the coefficients are already equal. So we will subtract. Equation number 1 minus equation number 2 gives alpha minus alpha is 0. Beta subtract minus beta, which is 2 beta, equal to 5 minus 1 is 4. So we'll get beta equals 4 by 2, that is 2. This value we will substitute in equation number 1 or 2. So I am substituting in equation number 1. You will get alpha plus beta, we got 2 equal to 5. Therefore alpha will be 5 minus 2, that is 3. So we got the values of alpha and beta, but the question is not to find the values of alpha and beta. Question is to find the value of k. So already we find alpha plus beta. Now what you can find out? You can find alpha into beta. And what is alpha into beta? Alpha into beta is c by a. What is alpha? Alpha is 3, beta is 2. So alpha is 3, beta is 2 equal to c. What is c? C is the constant term, right? That is 3 into k minus 1 by, what is a? A is 1. So what you got is 6 is equal to 3k minus 3. That is 3k minus 3 equal to 6. 3k equal to 6 plus 3, that is 9. So k is equal to 9 by 3, that is k is equal to 3. So we got the value of k as 3. You got it? Is it clear? Any doubt in any of the step? Okay. Well, now we can see some application questions of quadratic equations. The first question is, at t minutes past 2 p.m., the time needed by the minute hand of a clock to show 3 p.m. was found to be 3 minutes less than t square by 4 minutes. Find t. So let us see what the question says. So now this is 2 o'clock, right? Hour hand is at 2 and minute hand is at 12. So now this is 2 o'clock, right? So what is the time needed for this minute hand to become 3 o'clock? This minute hand has to travel how many minutes? 60 minutes to reach 3 o'clock, right? So suppose this minute hand is here. This is 5 minutes past 2, right? This is 5 minutes past 2. How much minutes it will take to reach 3 p.m. now? Now it will take only, already it has covered 5 minutes. Now it will take only 55 minutes to reach 3 p.m. right? So how we got that 55? That 55 is, the total minutes is 60 minus the minutes already it has covered. That is 5, which is 55. So suppose that this minute hand traveled t minutes. So what will be the remaining time to reach 3 p.m.? It will be 60 minus t, right? Now we'll come to the question. At t minutes past 2 p.m., the time needed by the minute hand of a clock to show 3 p.m. That is how much? After t minutes, the time required for the minute hand to reach 3 p.m. to show 3 p.m. is 60 minus t, right? That is found to be 3 minutes less than t square by 4 minutes. This is what they says in the question. Now this we have to make as a quadratic equation. So how will you make this as a quadratic equation? So what can you do is, here everywhere you can make the denominators as 4. So in order to make the denominators 4, here we will write 4, so that here you have to multiply by 4. Here we write 4, so here also we have to multiply by 4. Here we need 4, so here also we have to multiply by 4. Here we have to multiply by 4. So that we got the common denominator as 4, so that it will get cancelled. What remains is 240 minus 4t equals t square minus 12. So in order to make this as a quadratic equation, what we do is we will transpose all the terms. So we will get t square, this negative 40 if we bring to this side will become plus 40, negative 12, this plus 240 if we bring to the side will become minus 240 equal to 0. That is t square plus 4t, this will become negative 252 equal to 0. So we got a quadratic equation in t. So by using quadratic formula we will solve this one. So t will be negative b plus or minus b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a, which will give you t equal to negative 4 plus or minus root of 4 square is 16, negative into negative is positive. So these two when you multiply, what you get is 4 into 2 is 8, 4 into 5 is 22, 4 into 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10 divided by 2. So this is t equals negative 4 plus or minus root of these two, when you add you will get 1024 divided by 2. And what is root of 1024? Root of 1024 is 3 3s are 9, 1. Next period is 24. So whenever we bring down the next period, its double must be written here. Double of 3 is 6. It is 2, right? 2 into 62 is 124. So that the root is 32. So you will get t equal to negative 4 plus or minus 32 by 2. So that there will be two values for t. The first value will be t equal to negative 4 plus 32 by 2. And the other value is negative 4 negative 32 by 2. And this is 32 minus 4 is 28. 28 by 2 is 14. So t is equal to 14. And this is negative 36 by 2, which is negative 18. T cannot be negative 18. So this value we will reject. So that the value of t is 14. Ready? Can we go for the next question? The perimeter of a right triangle is 60 centimeter. Its hypotenuse is 25 centimeter. Find the area of the triangle. So what is given is a right angled triangle, right? So we'll take the sides as A, B and C. What is the first condition given in the question? Perimeter of this triangle is given 60 centimeter. That means A plus B plus C is 60, right? A plus B plus C equal to 60. That is A plus B plus this C, that is the hypotenuse, is given in the question how much? Hypotenuse is 25 centimeters. So plus 25 equal to 60, or A plus B will be 60 minus 25. What is 60 minus 25? 35. So we got an equation in A and B. Now this triangle is a right angle triangle, so you can apply Pythagoras theorem. And what is Pythagoras theorem? Base square plus height square equal to hypotenuse square. That is A square plus B square equal to C square. And this C is given in the question how much? 25. That is A square plus B square equal to 25. So that is equation number 2. So we have to find out the area of triangle. Area of triangle is, this being a right angle triangle, area of this triangle is half into base into height. For that we need A and B. So in order to get A and B, we have to connect these two. For that we will use the identity A plus B whole square is A square plus B square plus 2AB, in which what is this A plus B? A plus B is 35, so you will get 35 square equal to, what is A square plus B square? A square plus B square is 25 plus 2AB, and what is 35 square? 35 square is 35 times 35, which is 5, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 5. So you'll get 1, 2, 2, 5 equals 25 plus 2AB, or this 25 if you transpose it will become 1200. So you'll get 1200 equals 2AB, or AB will be 1200 by 2, which is 600. So you got AB. The question is to find the area of triangle, and what is the formula for finding the area of this triangle? This being a right angle triangle, its area is half into base into height, that is A into B, that is area equals half into, this AB already we got here, right? AB is how much? 600. So half into 600, that is 300 centimeter square. So we got the area of triangle as 300 centimeters square. Okay, now we have the most interesting mark question. So this question says that Ravina got a total of 30 marks in English and mathematics. So together in English and math she scored 30 mark, right? So if you take the mark she got in English, if you take the mark she got in English as X, then what will be the mark she scored in math? It will be this, if you take as X, then this will be 30 minus X, right? 30 minus X. What I said is, see, one example, suppose English plus math together you got 30 mark. Suppose the mark you got in English is 10. Then what will be the mark you got in math? It will be 20, right? How you got 20? Because 10 plus 20 is 30, isn't it? How are you getting that 20? That 20, that is that math mark will be 30 minus 10. 30 minus English mark, right? So the same thing. In English, if you have scored X, then the math mark will be 30 minus X, right? Now what the question says, this question says that had she got 2 more marks in mathematics, had she scored 2 more marks in mathematics and 3 marks less in English, 3 marks less in English, then what is happening? Then the product of her marks obtained would have been 210. The product of the marks obtained would have been, the product of the mark, product means what? Multiplication, right? The product of the mark obtained would have been 210. Now we have to open the bracket. So this will give you x minus 3 into 30 plus 2 is 32. So 32 minus x equal to 210. So this once if you open, x into 32 is 32x. X into minus x is minus x square. Minus 3 into 32 is minus 96. Minus into minus is plus 3x equal to 210. So this will arrange in quadratic form. Negative x square, 32x plus 3x is 35x. Negative 96, this 210 if you transpose it will become negative 96, negative 210, which will give you negative 306 equal to 0. So in order to make the first term positive, we'll multiply throughout by negative, so that what you get is x square minus 35x plus 306 equal to 0. Now this becomes a quadratic form in quadratic equation in standard form. So let us solve it. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus a root of b square minus 4 into a into c whole divided by 2a. So this will give you x is equal to 35 plus or minus root of 35 square, negative 35 square, negative 35 square is 1225, 1225 minus this, when you multiply you'll get 1224 divided by 2. And what is square root of 1225 minus 1224? This is 1, and square root of 1 will become 1. So that the two values of x are, the first value is x is equal to 35 plus 1 by 2, and the other value is 35 minus 1 by 2. And this will give you 36 by 2, that is 18, and this will give you 35 minus 1, that is 34 by 2, that is 17. So what is this x? X is the English mark. So in English there are two marks, one mark is 18 and the other mark is 17. So in English, if she got 18, then the math mark will be 30 minus 18, that is 12. If x is 17, then the max mark will be 30 minus 17, that is 13. So there are two values for x. The first value is 18 and the second value is 17. So if she got 18 for English, then for math it will be 30 minus 18, that is 12. If the mark she scored for English is 17, if the mark she got for English is 17, the mark she scored for math will be 30 minus 17, which is 13. Is it clear? Next question. Places A and B are 100 km apart on a highway. One car starts from A and another starts from B at the same time. If the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. If they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the two cars? So in this question, actually there are two cases. The first case is both the cars travel in the same direction, and the second case is both the cars travels towards each other. So here there are two cases. The first case is cars travel in same direction. And what is the second case? Cars travel towards each other, right? Okay, so this question says that places A and B are 100 km apart. One car starts from A, and another car starts from B. What do we have to find out is we have to find out the speeds of the two cars. We don't know what is the speed of the car starting from A. So the speed of the car starting from A we will take as x km per hour, and the speed of the car starting from B we will take as y km per hour. Now If both of them travel in the same direction, we can see that they will meet somewhere beyond B. Let that point be C. And what the question says, if the cars travel in the same direction at different speed, they meet in 5 hours. That means the car starting from A traveled 5 hours and the car starting from B also traveled 5 hours. If you know speed and time, what you can find is distance. So what is distance? Distance is equal to speed into time, that is 5x. Distance is equal to speed into time, 5y. That is the distance the car starting from A traveled is 5x kilometer, and the distance the car started from B traveled is 5y kilometer. And what the question says? The question says that if the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours, right? Now from this figure, what we know is, we know that AB plus BC is same as AC. And what is this distance AB? AB is 100 plus what is this distance BC? Distance BC is 5y equal to what is this distance AC? Distance AC is 5x. That is, this ones if you arrange, 5x minus 5y equal to 100. Here you can see 5 is common, so if you divide throughout by 5, you will get x minus y equal to 20. That is equation number 1. So this is the case where cars travel in same direction. Now let us see if the cars travels towards each other. So here we have the point A, here we have the point B, and the distance between these two is given 100 kilometer. One car is starting from A and the other car is starting from B, and they are traveling towards each other. So if they travel towards each other, they will meet at a point C, somewhere between A and B, right? And at what speed the car from A travels? The speed is x kilometer per hour. And what is the time the car takes? They meet in 1 hour. So both the cars travels 1 hour. So here the speed of the car starting from B we took as y. So speed is y and the time this car traveled is 1 hour, right? Now from this figure what we can write is AC plus BC, AC plus BC is same as AB, right? AC plus BC equal to AB. What is distance AC? Distance is speed into time, that is 1x. Here distance is speed into time, that is 1y. So distance AC is 1x plus distance BC is 1y equal to distance AB. What is distance AB? Distance AB is 100. So we got equation number 2. So we got a pair of linear equations in two variables. This if you solve, you will get the value of x and y, which are the speeds of the two cars. So what is the first equation? First equation is x minus y equal to 20, and the second equation is x plus y equal to 100. So coefficients of x are already equal, coefficients of y are also equal with a different sign. So we will add these two equations. So these two, when you add, x plus x will become 2x. This will become 0 equal to 100 plus 20 is 120. So you will get x is equal to 120 by 2, that is 60. This value of x, you can substitute in equation number 1 or 2. So I am substituting in 1. So if you substitute x is equal to 60 in, you can substitute in equation number 1 or equation number 2 as you like. If you substitute in equation number 1, you will get 60 minus y equal to 20. 60 minus y equal to 20, or minus y equal to 20 minus 60, that is minus 40, or y is equal to 40. What is this x? X is the speed of the car starting from A. And what is the speed of car starting from A? Speed of the car starting from A is 60 km per hour. And what is this y? Y is the speed of the car starting from B, that is 40 km per hour. Is it clear?